fell. She just changed her.
Have you ever seen a runner on social media constantly posting about another runner, questioning their pace, their motivation, calling them names, trolling them so much that it turned into an ugly back and forth with loads in the peanut gallery chiming in? Let's talk social media bullying, harassment, and jealousy within the run community. Hey Wave Nation, and welcome back to the Run Wave. Today's guest is former New York City resident. He don't live here anymore. Podcaster, content creator, and an all-around freaking hilarious guy. Please welcome to the show, D-Ox, Mr. Derek Oxley. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
Doing well.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I come to New York.
I said that you no longer live here.
Like, that's like a disclaimer. He's really don't, he's not from New York.
Wait, but when do you come to New York?
Every year, about every week.
Every week?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see you.
It's a big city.
Wait, what are you doing in New York every week? He's sneaking in because I don't see those posts. Wait, he posts every single day, but he comes to New York once a week and doesn't tell anybody.
At least once or twice a week, but it's okay.
To Brooklyn?
Sometimes Brooklyn, sometimes Queens. And that depends.
He must have a boo in the boroughs. That's why he's coming down once a week.
A borough boo. 5 borough boo.
So, I see you really online every single day. Every morning I get my dose of Derek on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you post your little funny anecdotes or shit that went down with you the day before, and you have to tell all of us about it, which are pretty hilarious most of the time.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's not. Most times it's probably not even funny. It's just
No,
random.
you make me laugh most of the time. I'll give you that. But I think the last time I saw you in person was probably the race in October.
What's the rest?
I think so.
No, not this past one. That's been like 2 years ago.
Is it been that
Yeah, because I
long?
didn't go to this year.
Wow, it's been 2 years?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
time flies.
You be hiding.
No,
Yeah.
you're just getting old and don't remember.
You know what? You came for the Brooklyn. You were here for the Brooklyn half, right?
Yes.
I didn't see you.
What time did you finish?
Late.
I didn't finish that. I didn't finish that fast.
Listen, they start me in wave 2.
Oh.
I'm an HBIB and I have to start in wave 2.
Mm-hmm.
I should try to sneak into wave 1.
People always moving up and be in front of you.
Can't you get kicked out or banned for that?
Kicked out?
Yeah.
Of what?
New
Like-
York Road Runners.
I don't know.
Listen, they ban people. When you get caught cheating, someone rats on you, they will ban you like from a year from all races.
Wow, for moving up a corral?
Not for doing that. I know
Yeah.
someone got banned for being a bandit
Oh, no.
for running without a bib.
Yeah.
Someone snitching, they got banned for that. We're getting off topic. So, wait. I can't even show you. My phone's recording. I found a picture of the time that we first met. Do you remember?
No, where? Where was this?
It was at a Brooklyn half after party. I think it was in 2016 or 20. I wish I had the
Mean
picture to
Strong
show.
Fast event?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the first time that we met in person after being friends forever. I'm gonna send you that picture so you can see it. We both look so young.
Wow.
In the picture.
Wow. It's just, I don't know how to take that.
And wait, but it wasn't that long ago. How long
No,
was
it
that?
wasn't.
Like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, no, it had to be more than that.
But your hair didn't look like this back then.
No.
What do you
No.
got going on here?
What do you mean what I got
This
going
is
on?
locks? He has locks, people.
Yeah, it's locks.
He used to have the deep fade, now he has locks.
Yeah, I remember trying to get locks when I was younger. My pops was not having it. He was like, no, you're not doing nothing here.
Because you're Bayesian, right?
Yes.
Were you born in Barbados?
Yes, I was born in Barbados.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
And when did you come to the States?
When I was 3.
Really? Okay, so this is something that I knew you were Bayesian because you always talk about your Bayesian father, but I didn't know that you were actually born in Barbados.
Yeah.
So you guys, when you came over, where did you settle?
In Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, of course.
Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Bed-Stuy, do or die. Is that do or die?
Jesus Christ.
Die, Bed-Stuy.
the boogie down Bronx or the burnt down Bronx.
Wait.
You said,
Don't talk about the Bronx, okay? Those are fighting words.
the Bronx.
The X.
Yeah, the BX.
Listen, we the only
Best I do or die.
we're the only borough that has a 10-mile race.
Yeah.
See, we're special.
Special.
Don't talk about the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are from Barbados, born and bred in Brooklyn, bred in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you live now?
In Connecticut. Wally World, Connecticut.
Now, what the heck is Wally World? Because you're always posting about Wally World. I don't think anyone knows what the heck that is.
Wally World, I was a manager at a retail out there. So when I first moved to Connecticut, I was living in Bridgeport. So
Bridgeport, I've heard of.
yeah, Bridgeport is So I moved closer to where I was working, and when I moved out there, Nancy told me to call it Wally World.
Who's Nancy?
Nancy is one of the was my DVD connect.
You what? Wait, you used to buy bootleg DVDs from
No,
Nancy?
her daughter worked. No, I didn't buy them bootleg DVDs from Nancy.
Wait, what else does a DVD Connect do? And this was back in the day, so what
Yeah,
were
this
you
was.
buying?
I wasn't buying DVDs. Her daughter was a librarian. So
Oh.
she was, she was going to school and she was working at the library. So she would get the collection of DVDs for me, and that's how I used to binge watch them. So I caught up on a lot of series that I kind of missed out on. She was
Really?
yeah.
Wait, you took them out from the library, or she?
Took them out from the library.
Oh.
Yeah. So she would put a whole collection on, House of Cards or.
Wait, House of Cards was not that long ago.
It's just wild. Just the collection. It's a lot.
Okay, so you DVD hook up Nancy.
She lived in Wallingford, so she told
it's
me.
Wallingford.
Yes.
Okay.
But everybody calls it Wally World. There's not a whole lot going on in Wally World.
Now, how far is that from the city where we are now?
It's about like an hour and some change.
Oh, so it's not like close Connecticut. It's a little out there.
Yes, it's out there.
Okay. Do you have those blue Connecticut plates on your car?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
They say like, oh Lord. What does that mean?
You're really not New York anymore.
No, I have to get the plates.
Okay, so what are you doing these days to make your money?
What am I doing these days to make money?
What does Derek have
And
going
I
on?
knew that was. I used to hate that question. And
I
still-
hate it too, but people are curious to know like how people fund their running adventures and their
I
lives.
don't have any running adventures. I knew that question. I said, I hate this question. Even though it was, and as I'm thinking about it in my head, I was like, yo, what's the issue? I think, what are people trying to figure out?
You don't have to say.
No, but I'm just talking
You can keep it
through.
private. I completely
It's not
understand.
private. I used to be a retail manager. I did retail for about 10 years, and I ran a dropout prevention program before that. And I wanted a break. So right now I drive Uber. That's like my thing.
Can I get an Uber discount?
No, it's a discount. I want a discount. What's a discount? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into it.
Don't you have an Uber code or something?
Yeah, when I first started, I had like a little code. I give you like a little code in the card, but it allows the flexibility. So it's like a university while I'm on the road. So.
Now you don't drive the Mini for Uber.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You still have the Mini?
The Mini broke down. I have a different Mini now, but the Mini.
The red Mini.
The red
You don't have the red Mini.
No.
What do you have now?
I have a little small white one.
Oh, the red
So
Mini's
it's even
gone.
smaller. Yeah.
Wow.
I had a funeral for it.
I don't know many people that have a Mini Cooper, but they're cute.
Yeah.
They are cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what sneakers are you running in today?
Today, Zoom Fly 3. Yeah.
Are those ugly, crunchy Nike
They're not.
sneakers?
They're not ugly. Nike doesn't make ugly sneakers.
Wait.
I mean, yeah, they
Let
do.
me see the top of that shoe.
The top of that shoe, it's
Crunchy and ugly.
It is not crunchy and ugly.
Look at it.
You can
And
say
they,
a lot of
wait, and
things,
they come like that, right? You didn't like work them into crunchy ugly. They came crunchy ugly.
No, they don't come crunchy ugly. They're not. You can tell a Nike hater. Nike doesn't make.
Do you have the pink ones too?
No, I don't have the pink ones. I have this sort of like a mixed color. So the right foot is different than the left foot.
Oh, I've seen those. This black and white?
No, they're not. I have black and white also, but no, those are no. The 4% are it's like they're really nice.
Wait, I don't know the difference. What's the four? What are these?
These are the Zoom Fly.
So what's the
3s.
stickers that's going to make me run as fast as Kipchoge? You have those?
None of those are going to make you run as fast as Kipchoge.
That's what they say. They say you put these on, you run like Kipchoge.
Yeah, 4% faster than you've been running, so you can do that.
Oh, so now it's still slow.
Yeah, it's still slow.
So
Me too.
I should save my money.
Yeah.
So you have those?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any improvement in your performance?
I haven't really been running like that. So
I know you
When
haven't.
I put them on, I feel like, oh, yeah. And then the breathing sets in that, yo, you haven't been out there like that.
What happened to you? Because you used to be out there like all the time. You were doing push-ups and the
In the
driveway.
sun.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think I don't know, I don't know if a plateau or life changes and you have different focuses.
Because you were chasing that unicorn for a minute.
I'm still chasing it. You know, you just have to step back and say, well, what do I want to do? What's, you know, why am I chasing this thing? Just to put another medal on the wall? And then you can tell yourself all sorts of stories. Like, I don't particularly love running in the cold. I like running in the fresh snow. I do enjoy
What?
that.
That's running in the cold.
There's
That's like a
something-
definition of running in the cold.
But after it snows, it's fresh, and you can hear, you know, it's just something about it that I enjoy. But saying training for a marathon in the cold,
It's hard.
so when I think about Boston, I said, I live in Connecticut. We live in the Northeast. It's cold. So I would train to get there, but then running to prepare to run to actually do the race, I don't know how I would do it. I don't particularly care for the treadmill.
Me either.
So I don't know where I would do my long runs or whatever, but it's still a goal that I'm chasing. That's not like an excuse. Sounds like an excuse, right? I don't want to do it now because I'm gonna have to run in the cold, so I just give up the goal.
Well, that is an excuse. None of us want to run in the cold. But what is the big deal with Boston? I mean, I know I want to run the Abbott 6 World Major, so that's the only reason why I want Boston. But why are people just constantly chasing this goal when they're not even going for the 6 World Majors? What is so special about Boston?
Well, I don't know if it's well for me. I don't know why everybody else chases it. It was like a goal that I set out for myself in terms of I know it's a target, it's out there. Can I do it? What is it going to take to actually finish it? So it was just a way to continue to push myself to get better. So when I first started, I did my first marathon, it was like 5 hours and 25 minutes. And so, you know, it's like, how can I get better? You know, just keep running and keep going. It's okay, so I'm trying to do this thing. And you can underestimate what it's going to take to get there.
Yes,
And then you say,
can.
oh, it's work.
It is work.
That's like a part-time job.
It is
to
a
prepare.
it is a part-time
Yeah.
job that we don't get paid for.
No, I mean just running and training for a marathon is you know, it's work. Preparing for trying to qualify for Boston. So each year I'm like, okay, this is going to take some work. So rather than just kind of jump right in and say this, I'm just going to continue pushing and going for it. You step back and then revisit it.
I think I'm gonna wait to do Boston when I'm
70?
70. Yes,
What
and
time?
then I'll have an easy time to qualify, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I could basically walk and just qualify at Boston and get my 6 star.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so let's get into today's topic, hot topic. Let's talk social media bullying, harassment, and jealousy within the run community.
Okay.
So this is a broad topic, but we're gonna
Condense it.
condense it, we're gonna bring it down. So there was this runner who, a black female runner, she ran the Berlin Marathon last year, and she's a back of the pack runner. She says that, and she went in knowing that she would be one of the last probably to finish this race. So she says that she was told that she could finish the race on the sidewalk, which is common with a lot of marathons, right? You can, you know, the roads have to reopen, you have to get off of the course and get on the sidewalk. But she was told that she could finish the race. But when she got to the finish line, there were barricades up and she was not able to cross and get her finisher's time. Now, what do you think about people going into races with the expectation that maybe a exception should be made for them? Or should they have to follow the rules like everyone else that is running that race? And is this runner right in her, I mean, she basically went on a rant. Did you see it?
Yeah, I see. Some things interest me. Some things I look at and say, oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna say, what would Jesus do? That doesn't cross my mind, but when I think about some of these things, I say, like if you tell me this is what it is, all right, then I know what to expect going in. So I'll set my expectations accordingly.
Because every race has rules, right?
Yeah.
You have to finish by X amount of time to be an official finisher.
Yeah.
There's no caveat under that you can do X, Y, and Z.
No.
So, I don't know who told her she could finish, if it was the race director himself, or if it was a volunteer giving out water, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, is it right that I'm sure she
If
has
somebody
a right to
set her expectations to be here, and then she gets there and now you upset, then you upset.
But, you can't go into a race.
I'm not going to go into a race with those expectations.
Yeah.
If
If I know that the race time limit is 6:15 and I'm running a 7-hour marathon, then I'm not going to register for that race. Because chances are, this is not New York City. New York City is like one of the only marathons that leave the finish line up all night long. But you're not an official finisher, right? If you don't finish within their time frame.
Parameters?
Yeah. They leave the finish line
You
up all night.
finished a marathon.
You finished.
But they're not.
You're not in the records.
You're not
officially a finisher.
They're not going to give you like a time, do they?
No, they don't give you a
So
time. You don't get a time.
So you just finished. They give you a medal?
You did this one. You get a medal.
Okay.
In Berlin, I don't think they gave medals.
Did they run out of medals, or they just?
Well, the weather, they didn't give medals. The weather was so bad. That's why they passed it up early.
Like, we gotta go.
Yeah, they were like, we're out of here. They're like, it's been raining all day, we're done. But usually they do give medals even if you finish after the time limit, but you just may not be in the record books, and that's just, that's what you sign up for. So was she right to be angry, or should she follow the rules? What do you think? What would you do?
What would I do?
What would Dee do?
I went there. I don't know what those initials are. I can't even think about it.
WWD.
Devin do? I paid. I went there. If I'm upset, then I'm upset. I might have to just take the L. You cannot. But this whole, I guess, time that we're living in is like, I'm upset. I'm disgusted. I'm gonna vent. I'm gonna let everyone know that I feel like I should have. I should. They told me this, and if that's the case, that's the case. I'm like, okay, then you are upset. But does that change what the race directors are going to do?
No.
Yeah, you're in another country. I'm in another country. I don't know. But I guess if I post it when I get back home or whatever, you might just have to take the L. I don't know. Yeah. What would you do?
I would make sure that I can finish in 6:15, and I wouldn't bring my behind to Berlin to run the race if I couldn't. That's what I would do.
But I guess you can run. Like, I know, you were talking about chasing this unicorn. Like, I think during the training, or I know, okay, if I can't do the long runs within that time, then you kind of get an inkling along the way. If I'm missing it by just, a couple of minutes, and you say, okay. But now if you're looking at like 20 miles and you're doing your training and you're missing like half of those targets, then you kind of know the flag is going up. Hey, listen, hey buddy, this ain't gonna happen. But I can't get like upset. Oh my God, this is unacceptable. I don't know why they don't just slow the time. I could do that, but I don't know.
Now, there was a lot of backlash after, this whole thing went down. And, there were constant posts about this woman, calling her names such as Snail. I saw a post about her on a daily basis, making fun of her run time. Why did she do the race? Why is she blaming the race director? I saw a lot of that blaming the race director post, which I thought was like just really idiotic and stupid and bullying. So what do you think about the people that constantly post about this woman, and why is she a target?
I think there's a number of things, I guess, in my head when I think about it. Like, some people feel as though she shouldn't have these sponsors. You know, some people feel as though she's being recognized. They talk about mediocrity, and we're celebrating mediocrity. And she's getting the media is using her now, and the public and fat is in, whether you like it or agree with it or not. That's the reality. You know, there's a target. You used to have to be a certain size model. You know, you had to be a certain height. Well, who was setting these standards? This was probably some white guy sitting in the office telling women that they need to be about this size, and this is what they were putting out there. Now, if you bought into that, now you're pursuing that as a goal, and now that's not the goal any longer. They've moved the finish line, and now you're like, look at me. You look like everybody else. But now you have people who are running and who are larger, and they're in the limelight now. And now you're like, shit, dang, they changed the target. And why are they shining the light on her? That's the market. You can't get mad at her because the market decided this is what we want to celebrate. So and some people are upset. No, don't shine the light on her because she's fat.
I don't understand why people are upset. What is a runner, quote unquote, supposed to look like? I mean, when you think about it, we're all recreational. We aren't even amateur runners. We're recreational runners, right? We pay for these races. Most of us are not. Ronald Joseph might be getting a few races, but most of us, we pay for these races. We're paying for our gear. This young lady, she is getting sponsored. She's getting clothing. She might be getting trips to go to these races, and I applaud her for that. I mean, she turned a negative into a positive, and that is something to look up to and to aspire to be, not something that should be made fun of.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it takes courage to kind of put yourself out there. And some people feel as once you put yourself out there, then you become a target. It's hard work. Trying to facilitate 3 and 4 social media platforms, writing a blog post, editing the blog post. Well,
and we know we're content creators.
And you're putting out, it's time. And so now somebody feels as though, I'm going to recognize and I'm going to give her something to put on so she could promote my brand.
And that's the world that we live in, You have thousands of followers, you have people that are interested in what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're wearing, and if you wear it, they may buy it, and that's just business. And you can't fault someone for doing well for themselves. And I mean, I just think it's jealousy, quite honestly.
Pretty much, as people, they try to put it underneath the ban. I think I seen some stuff. It was like, it's not black excellence.
What is black excellence?
Well,
What is black?
Tearing somebody down and pulling and calling them all sorts of names. That certainly isn't black excellence.
That's black non. That's the opposite of black excellence. That's black non-excellence. I mean, I've had distanced myself from those people, and because I just don't want to see the negativity. I don't want to read about it every day. I don't want it in my life, in my zone, messing up my aura. I moved on, and I applaud this young lady for doing well for herself, and everyone else should too.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in free speech. I think everybody has a right to their opinion.
No, some people take it too damn far.
It's free, but there's consequences to it. You say something, and there's going to be a backlash. Now, you might at one point be considering, what, I want a sponsorship, or I want to do something down the line. People have a long memory, and screenshots are forever. People are taking those shots. They're sitting there. They're like, I remember when, just pulling back up history on you, like, you changed? Yes. Well, let's see. And
exactly.
So you gotta, I guess, kind of, or don't. You just call it whatever you want to call it.
Now, what do you think about these I don't know what to call them other than run snitches? I mean, if someone's doing their thing, they're running their race, whatever, and they're claiming one thing, but we all know that it's something else. But some people like to take it upon themselves to be the run gods and to, I guess, to rat these people out and to put them on blast. Like, what do you think about that?
I think some people have a lot of time, or they're interested in
Too much time.
in doing things. I don't know if you wanted to be an investigator at one point, or a detective. You know, you watch one or two Law and Order show episodes and seasons, and and you want to pursue it. Like, I think some of it is hilarious to me. I think the comments, people have their point of view on what it is, and I'm like, yo, it's not MI6, but it's not a secret agent. It's not a detective. But it caused a lot of division within the community, within the run community.
It caused a ton of division.
You know?
But why are people so mad? Like, don't you got things to do? You got time to be emailing race directors to say this person did not finish the race in this allotted time or whatever. Like, don't you have other things to do with your life?
I guess, and I've spoken to both. I've spoken to both.
You can't say inside school.
Right, in school. I think the things that like, I'll make a comment about something, like, you can do your thing. You start like shit talking and calling people out their names and whatever you think your opinion is on whatever. You're entitled to that. Now when you start bashing people and it becomes like a personal attack, we don't look good at the end of the day.
Not at all.
So I'll say something, because like if I happen to be scrolling through, and most times like I'll scroll through, okay, fine, I know I got the scroll option. Sometimes I think I've deleted 2 people since I've been on Facebook. And then I'm like, I don't have the time to be going in and finding you. I'm not doing that. So just let me know what you don't like, and I'll post more of that. And then you can opt out. I'm not going in and going to delete you. Let me know what you don't like, and I'll give you more of that.
I delete people all the time. My tolerance is low.
I can scroll by you and not be triggered.
I don't want to see. And you know what Facebook does? They know, like.
They do it to spite you?
Exactly. Because I'm not liking it. I'm not spending time looking at it, but you keep showing me these people's things. Like, you want me to get rid of them.
They want you.
You want me to get rid of them.
So it doesn't. They don't change me. So like
And then people screenshot me. I got rid of them, right? But you still screenshot me, so I still see it, and it's like, I just want to be rid of the negativity.
Yeah, you want it out of your life. Like, I think some people opt out, and I discovered that some people opted out because I was I think about 2 years ago. I was like, yo, I haven't seen so and so. Dang, I wonder how they doing.
Who unfriended you?
And I went in and I'm looking. I'm like, let me go see. I typed in their name, and then I was like, oh, oh my God.
You saw that ad as a friend.
And I'm like, what does that mean? Wait a second. That means
they let you go.
They let me go. They unfriended me.
They broke up with you.
They broke up with me, and I'm like, oh, but I seen you in person. Like, I know, like, you've had an exchange. But like, if I don't fuck with you, then I'm not gonna pretend like I do, like in person. Just walk by me. I'll be cool. I'll be like, oh, you don't fuck with me, no problem. But don't do the reverse of that. Like, I said something that upset you. Like, if somebody says something, and I think they in left field, yo, you.
See, you respond. I just can't be bothered.
No. I'm talking about, like, if you said something, like, if somebody said something off the wall about you, right? And we're having this conversation. I've known you through the years, before you were wearing Adidas. Back when you were a Brooks girl.
You know my NMDs look better than those little crunchy Nikes.
But before you were wearing Adidas, you were Brooks. So now if I'm on a post and somebody says something reckless about you, like, oh wow, Kim, wow, that's unfortunate. You're not talking about me, I don't want the negativity in my aura. Like, that would be, I don't think I would be genuine and just looking at the post and then like it. Like the post and they talking shit about you. That to me is That's not authentic. That's not keeping it. That's not. I would feel bad about myself, so I would say something. Because then now we see you and people have memories. Oh, you saying hi now? I remember when they was talking shit about me and and you ain't say nothing. No, I didn't.
Wait, was that the black girl attitude voice?
I don't know. Is that? I don't know if that's the black girl
Yes,
attitude
I
voice.
saw the neck roll and all of that.
I saw my neck. No, they got to need to go back to the video.
Yes.
No, but it's just like, yeah, that to me you would remember that. And I couldn't look at myself in the mirror and feel good like, yo, that's okay. That's not okay. And even if I didn't, because that's just not cool. Because I think as a result of that is like you have now this young girl in Brooklyn where you have this gang of boys just jumping on top of her.
Wasn't that terrible?
Yeah, because somebody felt like, yo, that's cool. Nobody at some point said, yo, that's not, that's not how we treat each other. But it's gotten to a point where like all that just, it's all bets are off. It's just like whatever. And no, and these are participation medals. These are
Exactly.
These are adult.
It's not first, second, or third medals.
Maybe in some cases, but in most cases, these are adult participation medals
That we paid for.
That we paid for. And I found out when I paid for my first race. It was part of like the Westport running series. I think the first time, and so it was like a 2-mile race. And I had just started running, and I think maybe like a quarter of a mile, and I'm like, I paid to run?
I think I saw that picture. You had a white t-shirt
Probably.
and some short shorts.
No, I wasn't wearing short shorts there.
Yes, you did.
No. When I started running, I wasn't wearing those short shorts. I think I might have had on some Asics or whatever. When you go to the running store, I remember having on a t-shirt. I had on like a white tee with a big Jordan sticker on it, and so that screen like it was sweating just in that area. But yeah, but some people are into that. That's what they want to do. They want to tear somebody down. They want and they think it's cool. It's like a circus.
That's a good way to describe it, because that's exactly what it is, a circus. And then you have all the minions that come in and chime in and just feed the beast, and that's why they keep going, because they have the audience of more miserable people just like them, just promoting the nonsense.
I think it starts off being like in October of 2019, maybe before the end, and it's people starting to.
No, it was September.
September.
Yes.
I was off by a couple of
It
days.
was September. Lynn was in September.
September 2019. Yeah, and I was still, the
Still
first time
going.
was taken away from the person. You're just talking about like a big image, so you're talking about like fat people. And the reason I know it wasn't just about running, because I posted a picture. Chica, she's a rapper, right? And she was on a billboard, and somebody was like, "She's not billboard worthy." I'm like, Chica, wait, what? I mean, you don't like it? Fine, that's cool. That's your opinion. You're entitled to that. So it's not just about running and running slow. She wasn't cheating anybody. She wasn't claiming to do anything. She's just big.
Yeah.
And so because you're fat now, you feel some kind of way because somebody's fat. Like my mother was fat. Like I used to watch my mother get dressed. She would put on a girdle, like the girdle. This is before Spanx, like the girdle with the zip to keep everything. It was a lot to keep emotional. Like then the big giant bra, with maybe like 4 or 5 pins. So this is a lot with a slip. So it's the girdle and then the slip underneath. And
You
then
were
the
really
dress.
watching up.
We only had one room. I was like, my mother, you're a little kid. What you doing? So now you get on you go out because you gotta go shopping with her. You stand at the bus stop. Look over at me. Make sure you ain't got nothing in your eye. And then she would lick her lip, lick her finger, and then come in. And I would see this hand coming at me like and she wiped the coal out of my eye or whatever. And then we get on the bus, and then people would look at my mother like she was huge. And so you're a kid. Kids were supposed to be seen and not heard. So you see kids. You said, "No, you're not saying nothing," but you watch it. And I watched how people would look at my mother like, "That's my mother. Why are you feeling?" I had a teacher call my mother Casper.
Why?
because he never seen her.
Oh.
Casper the Friendly Ghost. And I thought that shit was funny. It hurt me. But when I think about it now, I was like, yo, that was pretty witty. But you talk about my mother.
Yeah.
Like, why? But I couldn't go home. Like, I didn't know, do I go home and tell my mother? Like, she wasn't going to come up to the school. Which proves his point.
Yeah.
But if things were different, like my best friend growing up, now his mother and grandmother, they would all been up to school.
Of course.
And it would have been.
Ass.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you think about it, what year was that?
That was like, I was public school.
70s, 80s?
Yeah, in the 70s.
I ain't gonna reveal his age, but...
That's okay, I'm not ashamed of my age.
But
She said, come camera ready, I got the Grecian formula. I had the Grecian formula, she said.
Oh, God. But
Yeah.
this is 2020. You think we would be over this by
That's
now,
what I'm saying. So
right?
you start to see different patterns, just like herringbone is back out now, and straight legs now.
Herringbone been back out, okay?
Herring-
I
as you
had me a
said.
herringbone like 2 years
Wing
ago.
tips, you know what I'm saying? So you see certain patterns and trends, and it just continues to recycle. So it's like you haven't changed. I mean, come on.
Listen, we can only hope and pray that one day...
I pray, but I'm like, yo, just come on. Like if you haven't seen the shift, you should be excited now, because now it's like there's no gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think you have something that you want to say that's gonna help uplift some people, this would be like the perfect opportunity. Or you could
And you have the platform, right?
Yeah.
They have the platform and the audience. So this negativity could be really turned into a positive, because you have...
It's gonna be turned into the
means
Jerry
to do it.
Springer show.
It's really...
Jerry Springer, who's the other? Maury, TMZ.
Maury's still around.
Yeah, he's still around. They record right out of Stanford. I'm
They
like,
do?
Yeah, out of the forum in Stanford. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's like that's like the lowest common. Like that's easy. That's an easy. That's low hanging fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about somebody. So now if they fall, they decide not to run. Now what? What you gonna talk about? Now you gotta search for something to talk about.
Exactly.
Like
finding material.
Like you ain't go you're not gonna inbox me, right? And think I'm gonna respond on some bullshit, and then screenshot me. That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna respond.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me all the names you want. I'm not gonna respond. Because I'm not gonna give you fuel for this, and it becomes like people after a while. You said September, people starting to see this is you will reveal yourself.
Oh, you already revealed yourself.
Yeah, and it becomes so it's just a matter of like I don't have time. Like I'm not gonna be talking like I'm above this. No, I have plenty of time to think about some shit. I got plenty of time to think. I told you I drive, but I made a conscious decision that I'm gonna leave my job and I'm gonna pursue this. So while you just prepare, you can get frustrated. I'm gonna get mad at somebody else. Or you feel like somebody should come to you and find out from check in with you first.
Like, who are you?
I don't know, but they say you should do your research. I should do my research.
On what?
What we talking about here? I should do my research. Come on my page talking shit. Yeah, I'm not. You post something, it's general. So you post it. So now, if you want an amen corner, you should get a church. Everybody, amen, pray Lord.
Hallelujah.
That's it. You know, God good all the time, God. That's what you want. Then that's everybody thinking the same way. I never did group think. I can't like,
No.
why are we doing this? Can I ask a question? No, you can't ask a question. Why am I here?
Exactly.
It's not in the middle of a sermon. I ain't doing no sermon. Like everybody just saying the same shit. Everybody just agreeing with you. That's what you want. But that's like after a while, you know what it is. You know what it's gonna be. You know what the outcome. You can predict the story. You know how the story's gonna end.
Listen, I've disconnected from the story, so I don't care how the story ends. I moved on from it.
I care how this. I know, like when you think about. I actually interviewed Heather yesterday, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and I've been scheduling to interview her for a while, but she had lost two parents, going through but I'm not gonna give too much away from. But she's going through a horrible, breakup, divorce.
By the way, Derek has a podcast, Behind the Wheel Morning Show.
Yeah.
So she's gonna appear on your podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when I think, but I have a schedule to interview her even before this Black Ice project and all the other stuff that came out. But I said that I don't want to do TMZ. That's not. I mean, that's everybody's got their own thing that they want to do, and that's up to you. But I think just you get a group of people together and they say they want to go to, like, thinking about Antarctica. I'm just cold. No, I'm good. But that's cool. But I think it's great, but that you feel like you want to grab. You could get some folks together and they're going to Antarctica. But if you back up and you say you want to get some folks together and you want to go take down this race, like, and to see, because when I started, I didn't see people that looked like me at a race.
Oh,
and if I did, it was like, like, I see you, see me, right? We here. I don't know where you run. Okay, all right, that's it. But I don't know you, And then some people, like, if I see another person of color, and I don't have to give a disclaimer, but I get excited, like, yo, you recognize. I want you to see that you're not here alone. And so to have that many people at a race that you frequent online, like, yo, no. I mean, so after seeing it throughout work, and you go through these changes, and then in the church, and I'm running now, like, yo, where you just don't leave, but you can drown out the negativity. So yeah, I wanted to have her on.
Well, I can't wait to hear that interview.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like a story, because you talk about like what you want to do and how doing it differently. Like, you can hear both sides of the story. Like, I ask, how are you feeling? Because people are talking, like, people are gonna talk, and they can talk, they can say whatever, and so people that know her came to her defense, and then you have, I had a conversation with Tony. So talking about, do your research. Yeah, I'll speak to both individuals. Like, what's happening?
He told you to do your research?
No, Tony told me.
Oh.
This is Tony told me to do my research. No, but I respect the fact that what you've done in through your organization.
It's commendable.
But things have changed when you don't change, when you don't evolve. Anybody, you get stagnant.
Yeah.
And I think, like, even outside of, and this is a conversation I had, part of the conversation I had with him was, whether you can even look at music. You look at Lil' Kim and she feel like, yo, Nicki Minaj took my shine. Okay, and now
no one can take Lil' Kim shine.
No, but I'm saying, but she felt.
Queen Bee lives forever.
Queen Bee, she felt some kind of way.
She
felt some kind of way.
She wanted her respect.
She did, yeah.
You have to give respect where it's due.
But she was paying, yeah. But Nicki, in my mind, like, in following music, in my mind, Nicki was paying homage to her by doing the wigs. But now she's.
Think?
I think.
Listen, that's a whole other discussion.
Even Jadakiss said that.
That's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, and now you were here, and now people, now you have a new generation coming in, and now you feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, just don't feel some kind of way. So hire somebody who how do you manage to continue to be relevant? How do you manage to continue to be? That's what I look at. I look at, like, whether it's rap music. I look at these individuals as brands, as businesses within themselves, because that's how if you don't operate like that, that's what's going to happen. People are going to look at you become irrelevant as a brand. So who stays relevant? You just have to stay current with the times. You start like, all this, people want to be famous. People trying to express themselves. People trying to find themselves. People trying to find their voice. And if they're able to find their voice through running, and they're able to connect with their tribe through running.
Even if it's not running the way you like it.
Yeah. Some people feel like it's got to be done this way. Exactly. Like, how do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Exactly.
How do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
First of all, I toast the bread.
See, I don't toast my bread.
What?
Why I gotta toast it?
Who doesn't toast their bread?
Who toasts peanut butter?
You probably use creamy peanut butter too.
Yes.
What?
You did all bougie. It's peanut butter jelly.
No.
You didn't have no cream. What? You had nuts. You put nuts.
Excuse me.
Is it dip? Skippy?
And now I use almond butter.
Oh.
It's 2020. We bougie now.
Now you use almond butter. It's probably Nutella. You use Nutella?
Nutella is slam.
Nutella. It's peanut butter jelly thing. So you toast your bread and
Yes.
And then what?
I put the peanut butter on one side,
Mm-hmm.
the jelly on the other side, and slam it and cut it.
Okay.
What do you do?
I put the peanut butter. I don't toast my bread. I don't cut the ends
Blasphemy.
off of my bread. I do put the butt in. I save that.
You
until
eat
the
the butts?
Yeah, that's the last
Do you
one.
eat both butts at the same time, or do you do a butt and a regular?
No, you can't.
Okay,
The
we
butts-
going
the butts-
all the way up.
The butts belong together. So I use the do you wash the knife off after you use your
Yes, you're gonna dip the peanut butter knife into the jelly and have peanut butter in your jelly?
I said what I do is I wipe the
On the
knife.
tissue?
No,
On the other side
on the
of the
jelly
bread.
side before there's jelly on
Okay,
there.
I can see that.
And then I use because it's just jelly. I mean, and then I put the bread on and then mash them
I
together.
want you to try almond butter. It's
I'm not trying
from Trader Joe's. It's
Trader
delicious.
Joe's.
It's delicious.
Okay.
The no salt one.
Yeah.
Because you know we're prone to high blood pressure. You got to you know salt on
Mm.
butter. But Derek, it has always been a pleasure to see you, and I thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
And I thank you for your knowledge, because you are the first person that I called when I was thinking about making a podcast show, because I know that you've been doing this for a while. You're a seasoned vet in the game, and I just want to thank you for being a listening ear and helping me when I said, you know, what do you think about this mic? You know, what do you think? He looked at my podcast, my artwork, all of that. So I want to thank you for sharing your knowledge with me.
Yeah.
Not
absolutely.
everybody would do that, quite honestly.
I get excited when I say I get excited when I see somebody venturing out and doing something. It makes me excited.
Mm-hmm.
So to say I get excited and then you call me like, I can't really talk to you or just ignore the post. Yeah, I've been busy, I'm travel, Google. No, there's some people who will reach out that I was trying to do something. Some people would, you get no answer, and then some people would respond. And it's like, how would I want someone to respond? So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Thank you.
So yeah, because every it's a different voice. It's a different. Somebody might not tune in and listen to me, and I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody might tune in and listen to you, and may cause them to get up off the couch and run.
That's
and so
true.
in the end, it's a win.
Exactly.
So that's how I kind of look at it. And then there's somebody else that's out there. Yeah, it's doing something.
Mm-hmm.
It's encouraging.
It
Somebody else
is.
is gonna be looking at you and they
Look, you encouraged me to do it, because you're the really only other person that I knew that was doing podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there were some other people that started, but you're like the only person that I knew that I can call and get advice from.
You were on the show. I had you.
I was on the show.
Run the soul. One half of the dynamic duo.
Yes, I did your show, and now you've done mine.
Yeah. That's
So,
all right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more Behind the Wheel podcast, and I want you to bring back the weekly race recap.
Yeah. All right.
He's like, nope.
Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Be sure to subscribe to The Run Wave on your favorite podcast app and leave us a review of the show on Apple Podcasts. It would really help me out. If you are a runner that has a story to tell and you would like to be on the show, you can email hello@therunwave.com or send us a DM on Instagram to The Run Wave. See you next time.